here's a story that I have called Hit and Run. So my husband and I were waiting at a stoplight, and there was a small Ford truck in front of us, and then a Mercedes in front of him. And the guy, we're sitting there just waiting at the light, and the guy in front of the truck gets out and starts yelling at the guy in the truck. And it's like, whoa. And so we're kind of just calmly watching this, hoping it will just die down. No big deal. Then it starts to escalate, and the guy is yelling at the guy in the truck. He's standing outside of his driver's side window. The guy inside the truck, you can kind of see him gesturing and whatnot. And then all of a sudden he starts to back his truck up. And of course, where does he back it up? He backs up right into the front end of our car. And it's just like, whoa. And at that moment, we're just frantic. And so I get my phone out and like, oh my gosh, what's going on? And so here's the story. I mean, so we ended up actually chasing the truck. Probably not the best idea. That guy, he was out of control, driving very fast to get away from us. So my husband eventually just stopped and slowed down and said, forget it. He's going to hit somebody and it's not worth chasing him down. But we got his license. We pulled over, assess the damage, and then call the police. But I was thinking about later, like, what's the lesson from that whole incident? Well, the lesson is that there's a ripple effect to the things that we do and the decisions we make. And so I think a lot of times we make an emotional decision. Let's face it, we're humans. We're making emotional decisions all the time. And what that gentleman in the Mercedes didn't realize was with him getting out, no matter what the guy in the Ford truck did, got out, him yelling and feeling the need to scream at this person in the middle of the intersection created a ripple effect that was negative for us and the people around us, right? And although I'm sure he didn't mean to, had he maybe had a little bit more control or had stopped short of driving that, gentleman to back up into us and drive out, and then also put other people in danger. I mean, luckily from what we saw, he didn't hit or hurt anybody else. Long story short, is the police did end up finding them, luckily, because I had the footage and the license plate. We end up getting paid amazingly through his insurance. Somehow it worked out for us in the end. But I think the real lesson is saying, okay, reminding yourself every action has a reaction. What are we doing? What's the ripple effect of the things that we do, whether it's in our personal lives or business? So my action item for you is think about a positive ripple effect that you could take. I love the one of, is it just simply saying, hey, you did a great job today? Or maybe going a little bit more above and beyond for a client that has really been great and has been really easy to work with, and you'd like to give a little something extra, or something at home, like helping your wife do the dishes when you've already done them 5 times this week. Sorry, hun, just a little something. Anyways, if we think a little bit more about the ripple effect of the things that we do, we would probably make better decisions. I know I would. So that's your challenge today. And if you're sitting there going, what would, if I did this, would this help or not? Send me an email. Let's brainstorm it. I bet there's tons of things that you do that make people really happy. You don't even realize it. And maybe it's just to lean into that a little bit more. All right. So that's your story, your lesson, your action item, and your call to action. Let's do something that has a positive ripple effect this week.